Welcome to Personal Finance Cat, where I share my personal take on personal finance. Hey, you. I don't know how you stumbled across this episode, but I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about how to become a Metaverse technical expert. Hopefully, you more or less know what the Metaverse is, or I should say, you know what the Metaverse more or less is. Because, of course, there is no consensus in the definition yet. Call me an optimist, but I don't believe that it's going to be a gloomy world as portrayed in the movie Matrix. I actually think it's quite exciting and it will change our lives in a fundamental and mostly positive way. Lately, I've started to realize that the metaverse is almost equivalent to the next phase of the internet that some would call Web 3. It's how we interact with the internet. Think of Web 1 as the static web pages. Web 2 as an interactive internet where users-generated content is the key element, and Web 3 as a whole other level with 3D and immersive experiences. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Look, I'm not a coder, so this episode is going to be relatively short. I more so want to make the case that it's a no-brainer that if you're already a coder or programmer or software engineer or in any other tech career, you should really start learning how to channel your skills to make them relevant for the metaverse, if you haven't done so already. Or you could be interested in the tech space and thinking about joining this exciting field. This episode will be helpful for you too. If you're thinking, I'll just wait until the metaverse is here, there's no need to rush into it. Well, I have bad or good news for you, depending on your perspective. The metaverse is not going to be announced and dropped like a store grand opening. It's going to be incremental and gradual, and in many ways, it's already here. Like I said, I'm not a coder, but based on life and career experience, what I can say is that the only constant thing is change. If you don't embrace the change, change is going to consume you. Even for the career I'm in, which is broadly in finance, there are constant regulatory changes that I need to study. In addition, my field is very closely tied to the business. As a matter of fact, it requires a solid understanding of the whole supply chain, from intellectual property development to manufacturing to sales and distribution to marketing. So I need to learn about the business and the changes thereof. And believe me, the business is changing all the time. The lesson I learned the hard way is that staying in the comfort zone does not get you far, and it may even leave you behind. So I learned to stay in the forefront, which has worked out way better. It does require more work, and it does make you uncomfortable at times, but the best outcome has been that it lets me rediscover the fun of learning, which is even more fun when I know it's going to be applied right away. Here is some more motivation. According to the Metaverse Insider, link in the show notes, there has been a drastic increase in the demand for metaverse development in this emerging and fast evolving industry, aka the metaverse. McKinsey and Company's report titled Value Creation in the Metaverse, for example, suggests that global spending in the metaverse could reach $5 trillion by 2030. Citi's metaverse report claimed the market size of the metaverse could be up to $13 trillion by 2030. And 2030 is only less than 10 years from now. Predictions like these caught the attention of investors who want to participate in the space and thus find metaverse engineers to help them succeed in creating an impact in the industry. As you probably saw, much of the recent buzz in the gaming world, social networks, work applications, and of course, entertainment, all has to do with the metaverse. No wonder all the FANG companies are in a race to develop infrastructure or applications or hardware in the metaverse. Here, I want to recommend a video by Suboptimal Engineer titled Introduction to the Metaverse for Software Engineers. In this video, Suboptimal Engineer walked through what each of the FANG companies is doing in the metaverse. If you don't know what FANG or FAANG means, it stands for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. As you may or may not know, the metaverse draws on a vast ensemble of different technologies, including virtual reality platforms, gaming, machine learning, blockchain, 3D graphics, digital currencies, sensors, and in some cases, VR-enabled headsets. Yes, they sound overwhelming, but here's the good news. There are so many resources out there, with a lot of them completely free. Going back to the video by Suboptimal Engineer, as the title suggests, the video was meant to be a guide for software engineers to know where to start. But I find that the video is very good for a general audience like myself as well. Based on Suboptimal Engineer, Metaverse programming has a lot to do with 3D programming, and that's what the FANG companies are focused on right now. So then he introduces the JavaScript frameworks that can help you build 3D experiences on the web, like A-Frame, 3.js, Babylon.js, and Play Canvas. And it sounds like the easiest and quickest way to get started is 3.js, because they have many examples for you to leverage, so you don't have to start from scratch. I was able to find a couple of other videos and some blog articles about this topic, and I tried to rely on sources whose authors are technical by training. It then became clear that the two dominant tools are Unity and Unreal Engine. Unity is based on C#, while Unreal Engine is based on C++. So depending on which language you're more familiar with, you can pick either one. But believe me, there seems to be a big debate on which one is superior for the technical experts out there. Anyway, there's a video by Dev the Metaverse titled, "Let's Start Your Metaverse Developer Career." The host of this channel is a seasoned software engineer with over 20 years of experience. In his video, he had a call to action for software engineers to start learning new skills to adapt to the metaverse. The reason is that after seeing the changes in the industry over the last 2 decades, he believes that this is where the industry is headed. At the end of the video, he mentioned that it's really hard to find talent now for his own projects, which is definitely a good thing for you aspiring developers. Surprise, surprise, he has a course on Skillshare called Basics of VR Development in Unreal Engine. But like I said earlier, there are plenty of free resources right there on YouTube. Justin P. Barnett, for example, has a video titled, "What Do I Need to Become a VR Developer?" In this video, he provides many resources needed to become a VR developer, including helpful YouTube channels and websites that provide 3D assets, etc. In particular, he mentioned quite a few YouTube channels who put out free educational videos. For example, Thalum is a YouTube channel that produces easy tutorials for developing virtual reality applications with Unity. You can find these links in the description of Justin's YouTube video. The other awesome resource, as I mentioned in some other episodes before, is Freecodecamp.org. As the name suggests, they offer free coding courses. Related to metaverse development, for example, they have a 16-hour course called Solidity, Blockchain, and Smart Contract course, beginner to expert Python tutorial. There is another 32-hour course titled Learn Blockchain, Solidity, and Full Stack Web3 Development with JavaScript. Freecodecamp does not just provide tutorials and courses, it is also a community. If you go to their website, freecodecamp.org, you will find forums, news, and audios where you get to interact with other members and learn the latest developments. That kind of support is very critical as you embark on the journey of learning new coding skills, just as it would for any kind of learning experience. Lastly, to quote Fireship, a YouTube channel that focuses on anything and everything coding, from his video titled 2022 is gonna be wild for developers, which quotes from Nat Friedman, the former CEO of GitHub. Pessimists sound smart. Optimists make money. We have all seen how the world has changed and is still being changed by tech companies, whose driving force really is the tech talents. The opportunities are boundless once you master the skills to be a metaverse developer. It can be in the form of a job, freelance projects, a partnership with others, or your own startup. Before I close out, as always, thank you so much for listening until the end. I hope this video inspired you to take action and learn how to become a metaverse technical expert. And if you're already on this journey, I hope this encourages you to keep going. If you find this episode helpful, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or leave a comment on YouTube. Also, I would really appreciate if you can share it with your friends and family who may be interested in the metaverse. It would really help me grow my channel and put out more content like this. Thank you so much again. Until next time.